would like to urge the board to either table or vote down item BK number 17 and 18, which would require the board to spend $3,000 to hire 2 teachers to write the curriculum for the new 6th grade course called CHAMPS. In addition, the cost of 5 teachers to do this job would be around $300,000 for their salaries. Please remember that these teachers are currently employed by the district in their capacities as either math, science, or social studies teachers. What is happening to their positions? Will the classes be increased in size as a result of teachers being moved out of their content areas? These teachers were already board approved for their content areas in May. So what happens if the CHAMPS course is not approved by the board after the curriculum is written? Will their current positions be eliminated? If you no longer need 2 social studies teachers, 2 science teachers, and 1 math teacher, what will you do with them? Why were they already approved? The previous board just passed a budget where they represented to the community that the district needed 3 more positions. Was that absolutely necessary? If the administration thought about eliminating 5 content area positions, this needs to be addressed. The Oprah secretary has not yet responded to an Oprah request regarding CHAMPS made on May 18th, so the community has no knowledge as to why these teachers will no longer be doing the jobs they were contracted to do. At the curriculum committee meeting, Dr. James Higgins said CHAMPS stood for character, habits of mind, accountability, motivation, planning, and self-esteem. I couldn't find an example of any school district anywhere offering this as a full year course for middle schoolers. Based on Ms. Chanley's comment, Dr. Chanley's comments, her proposed course sounds like a combination of life and study skills. It covers skills that should be integrated into regular content areas such as the state of New Jersey prescribes. Chanley admitted that the supposed benefits of this course couldn't even be quantified. She even admitted that any teacher could teach this course. If any teacher can teach this course, why would the district just get a bunch of subs to teach this course or have teachers covering it on a rotational basis at an additional 17%? What unique training is necessary to teach this course? This has not been discussed at any prior meeting. This course does not appear to be based on an established evidence-based program. I think it's a huge mistake for our board to approve the spending of $3,000 to develop a curriculum for a course without demanding evidence that it provides measurable educational benefits to our students. The implementation of the CHAMPS course will result in the elimination of the problem-based learning math class and the civics course, which is a detriment to our kids, as I feel that these courses are best left as standalone courses. I would like to know on what basis was CHAMPS developed? Was the decision to implement this program driven by enrollment factors? If so, how? Isn't our goal to have smaller classroom sizes for the benefits of our students? So what are the numbers that would show what the new enrollment would look like without implementing CHAMPS? Shouldn't that have been brought to the attention of the community before such a significant change was made? And Dr. Chanley, did you select these content areas for this position? If so, on what basis were these teachers selected? Wouldn't it be better for both students and staff to leave them teaching in their contracted content area? Where's a job description for this teaching position? Why wasn't this course vetted before the previous board asked the community for more money? I was hoping Dr. Chanley could answer these questions.
Oh, I would love to answer these questions, I have to say. You're welcome to sit down unless you want to finish 41 seconds.
No.
So I'm going to wait for her 41 seconds. Because the clock runs.
You can keep running the clock.
All right.
First and foremost, I have to make this statement. I don't know what the problem is with this particular course. As an educator, which you are not, we bear the responsibility of making decisions. We bring those recommendations to our Board of Education. However, I have been here for 21 years. I've gone to almost every meeting. I have never heard an individual so devout and so overwhelmed by having this conversation about a class that's going to offer strategies that I am so excited about, because we have an AVID program here. This is where it really came from. We have an AVID program here, and I have heard from many board members, both in an environment where it's curriculum-oriented or an environment just where we've been chatting. Why is it that our children that are either special education or our accelerated children don't have an opportunity to have these fantastic AVID strategies? And I didn't have an answer for them. Because for whatever reason, AVID is a program, and based upon the certification and based upon what we do, it's just not afforded to a special education child. Now, we have some brilliant special education children that are truly SLD, specific learning disabled or disability. What does that mean? They could be absolutely brilliant, perhaps with the way they read, they invert letters, perhaps the way they hear, perhaps whatever they need. So basically, I'm saying to a special education mommy and daddy, your child cannot have the advantage of being in the AVID program. Let me go a step further. How about the children that excel mathematically, so they're in all these accelerated classes? You know what? You're so super bright in math, I'm not going to let you have an opportunity to have WIC strategies. We don't want to give you writing. We don't want to give you collaboration. We don't want to give you inquiry. We don't want to give you organization. We don't want to give you even extra reading. So what happened? We've been looking at PBL for years. Let me start off by saying the Board of Education never approved the PBL program. It was approved through its curriculum like every class. Dr. Lehman can correct me. We approve everything. I have yet to hear you or any other person come up here to discuss all the other changes. What about all these other classes that we've created at the high school? All these other classes that we've created at the middle school? There's never a conversation. This is an opportunity to take quality, vetted, best practices through the WIC program. That's what AVID is. It's a vetted program that has successful certification, data, quantitative and qualitative. Taking those specific strategies along with financial literacy that currently exists, teaching some habits of mind and character education. You know, when I started as principal here 21 years ago, excuse me, because you'll write what I wrote, let me correct myself, the assistant principal 21 years ago, I had a character ed teacher. She currently is the guidance counselor at Brookside. She was my character ed teacher in my building. We no longer have character ed. If you walk in that building, that was my building, all of our rugs are character education. All of our walls are character education. Why? Because we cannot just teach content. We have to teach skills, life literacy. We have to teach being able to exist in a world, being kind. We have to teach a child how to organize. They have no clue. So I sit here, and I know I'm smirking, and I mean no disrespect, I truly do not. I, for the life of me, have yet to be able to figure out what has been shared with me, because I don't have Facebook, what has been shared with me through Facebook, what you continually come up here to say, I don't understand why we are not saying we should have this as freshmen, as third grade. This is an opportunity. I don't benefit or not benefit if it occurs. I didn't hire those teachers. I no longer run the middle school. It's an opportunity to take a course like problem-based learning, which was embedded originally through math because we had very poor math skills, which we no longer have. And instead of just making it math-oriented, taking that analytical thought process and adding it to the WIC core strategies, adding it to social graces of being kind and having character education, adding it to organization. Why you have a problem with this, and by the way, you sprouted incorrect information. It is not costing this district, except for curriculum writing, which we do for every course. It is not costing this district any money. Those teachers were already our FTEs. Somebody has to be in that class where the schedule works. So if we were to go back to PBL, nothing would change except additional people would lose their job because they wouldn't have the proper content to be able to teach what they need to teach. I don't know why you keep on making erroneous information, both verbally and public. I truly mean this from the heart. If they don't want to approve it, I only make a recommendation. I work for you. If you don't feel it's appropriate, then you could deny the writing in that curriculum. We go right back to Dr. Higgins and we say, make your schedule work. If people lose their job, they lose their job. If people don't lose their job. But there is no additional cost. And as a mother or a father or a grandparent, how you could not want every sixth grade child to have an opportunity to have this type of curriculum is something that I cannot understand. I apologize for my long-winded response, but it has been eating at me because, and by the way, my children do not go to this district. I do not benefit financially, emotionally. The only way I benefit is to know that I'm doing what is best for children, and that is my response.